Ever since Dynamite Entertainment revealed their brand new Ben 10 comic reboot, fans have been going crazy over the new designs, especially the Omnitrix look. Unlike the classic, clean and simple Omnitrix we all grew up with, this new version looks way more alien. And so today, I'm gonna try to turn this insane design into a real life Omnitrix. So, go get your crafting tools and let's begin. Step number 1 is making the base of the watch. I have here some printed images of the Dynamite Omnitrix, which I'll be using as reference for this entire build. To start things off, I first measured my wrist and made a rough draft on paper to make sure the watch would fit perfectly. Now, obviously, mine won't be 100% screen accurate, especially because the wiring design is extremely complex. But I'm just gonna do my best to replicate the overall look, or at least the vibe, if that makes sense. Since a lot of you have asked me how I make my templates for my DIY builds, this is basically how I make most of them. Lots of rough sketches, trial and error, and slowly refining the shapes until everything just makes sense. After that, I usually transfer the draft to my computer and clean up the lines digitally. But don't worry, I already prepared a finalized template for you guys so that you can just download for free and you won't have to go through all the drafting process yourself. I'll leave the template link in the description below, but make sure you finish the video first so you can properly follow the build process, okay? Once I finalized the template, I transferred it onto thin cardboard. While shaping the cardboard, I made sure it wasn't too tight around my wrist, while still keeping it snug enough so it wouldn't feel loose when worn. To mark the center where the alien interface will go, I carved out a hole in the middle of the cardboard piece. Then I carefully cut out the entire shape using a sharp precision knife. After cutting the base, I gently roll the cardboard until it comfortably wraps around my wrist. From here, I mark the areas where the ends would be glued together to secure the watch shape. Just like most of my DIY Omnitrix builds, this one is designed to be worn simply by sliding your hand in and out. I find this to be the most convenient, but you can definitely adjust your Omnitrix build like inserting magnets or Velcro. Now that that's done, it's time to build the smartwatch compartment and the watch dial. For this part, I glued the template pieces onto cardboard and carefully cut everything out. To create the smartwatch housing, I first formed a ring by gluing together the ends of this strip. Then I glued the smartwatch cutout piece at the center to complete the compartment shape. After this, I repeated the same process for the watch dial. Glue the strips into a ring, then attach the top circular piece. Additionally, I cut out a thin strip of EVA foam. Now, this very small detail is actually really important because this helps the dial maintain contact with the smartwatch bezel, which then lets us rotate and control which aliens we select in the app. And speaking of the app, I use the Real Aliens Omnitrix developed by Season95. Once both pieces were finished, I then expanded the center hole on the cardboard base. This is where the smartwatch compartment will sit. I carefully cut around the center opening, folded the small strips inward, and pushed the compartment into place. This, however, created some protruding parts underneath the watch, which kinda makes it difficult for me to slide my hand through. So to solve this, I trimmed away some excess cardboard from both the base and the compartment to leave enough room for my hand to fit through the watch. Doing this actually gives the glue a much stronger grip since the cardboard itself is very thin. Yeah, this is way much better. Now for the watch dial. I wanted it to look more cohesive and smooth, so I had to apply wood filler. But before applying that, I first sanded the surface to help the filler stick better. Then I spread the wood filler around the dial and waited for it to fully dry. Once it's dry, I sanded it all over again until I achieved the smoother look I wanted. If you look closely at the comics, the Dynamite Omnitrix actually only has one single bead detail on the dial, unlike the classic Omnitrix which usually has 4. So I tried to replicate the detail and used the cap of a super glue bottle and cut the tip at an angle. This angled cut helps the piece sit properly once glued onto the edge of the dial, just like this. And that's the end of step 2. Now comes the part that really gives the Dynamite Omnitrix its identity. Compared to the original Omnitrix, which has a much cleaner and simpler design, the Dynamite Omnitrix looks more experimental and alien, almost like the device is alive and growing around itself. So to create that biomechanical look, I gathered different wires from broken appliances, making sure to collect various sizes and thickness. Not gonna lie, starting this part was honestly overwhelming because I had absolutely no idea where to begin. Eventually, I decided to start with the biggest wires first and treat them as the main structure of the design. This thick cable wire was the largest one I had, but it was really stiff and difficult to bend around the watch. So before gluing it, I removed the smaller wires from the inside the cable to make it more flexible. At this point, I realized that perfectly replicating the exact wire arrangement would be nearly impossible. The comic design is incredibly intricate, and translating that into a real-life prop is honestly impossible at the moment. So instead of forcing exact accuracy, I just focused more on capturing the overall feeling and the chaos of the design, if that makes sense. I simply just started weaving wires of different sizes and shapes around the watch and just tried to keep everything visually organized. At first, I honestly doubted whether all these random wires would eventually look cohesive, but once everything came together, I was just really relieved with how it all turned out. For the side button piece, I used my usual hot glue method. I place a drop of hot glue to form the button shape, then use the cut bottom portion of the super glue bottle cap as the base. After gluing the button, I just added more smaller wires and filled the remaining empty spaces. With that, let's just admire how beautiful this already looks. I mean, should we still paint this? Yeah, we should. Thankfully, painting this is actually one of the quickest parts of this build. So, I first painted the watch dial silver. Then for the Omnitrix's main body, I started by priming everything with black spray paint. Now, once the black paint dried, I was honestly struck with how beautiful the wiring details looked, and I don't know if you can see it too, but it looks like a Venom version of the Dynamite Omnitrix. Now, while spray painting, I made sure not to completely cover the black base coat. Leaving some darker areas underneath helps create depth and kinda makes all the wiring details stand out much more. Once the silver paint fully dried, I added weathering effects by lightly brushing black paint across the watch. This, in my opinion, helped give it a more realistic and worn metallic look. And finally, I painted the side button piece dark green. With that, our Dynamite Omnitrix is complete. If you want to build this Omnitrix, click the link in the description and it'll lead you right to my Gumroad page. At checkout, simply enter $0 and click the I want this button. enter your details, and boom! You're now ready to start building your own Dynamite Omnitrix. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.